All right, everybody, welcome back to another video. And today I'm going to talk about some big news in the smart home industry that happened in January of 2026. And that's coming up right after this. All right, everybody, welcome back to I Am Gadget Guy. I am Gadget Guy. You can call me Gadget Guy or you can call me Justin. Just nothing inappropriate. Okay, so we're going to be talking about something that happened in the smart home industry. But first, let's go ahead and let's talk about something that I did when I first entered the smart home industry. I went ahead and got me this right here. This is a plug. It's called a Wemo plug. So you can see the Wemo right there. Okay, so I got a Wemo plug, and I was thinking, okay, I like the Wemo plug. It's hip, it's cool, and I also got this right here. This is a Wemo light switch as well. Okay, so I got these. I got like several of these. I had I do believe 2 Wemo switches in my house, and I had a number of these Wemo smart plugs right here. Okay, and that was my first introduction into smart home. Okay, but something happened on January the 31st of 2026. Belkin, who owns these Wemos, officially discontinued the cloud support and the Wemo app. Yeah, the Wemo app is gone. Okay? And they did it for the vast majority of their legacy products. So, what does that mean? Okay? So, if you have these, like I have them, okay, I haven't used them in a few years, but I have them. They're just sitting here on a shelf in my office. But what does that mean to you? So that means that no more app control. Okay? The original app is no longer supported for older devices. Okay? Loss of remote access. I cannot turn my lights on or off while away from home via the Wemo cloud, because that's gone. Okay? Voice assistant. Okay, standard integrations with Google Assistant and Amazon Alexa have ceased to function for legacy Wemo models. So this, I can't have my Alexa turn these on and off. Okay, so that is a major blow to the smart home industry. Okay, not Wemo was really super popular, I do believe, back when I first started messing around with the smart home features and things like that. And so I was like, okay, I'm interested in that. And so that's a major setback for the smart home hub, you might say, but I don't know. Okay. But you're thinking, oh, are you going to throw these away, Justin? Because they're not useful. Well, there's a lifeline for many users, but it depends entirely on your setup. The HomeKit exception. Okay, if you're an Apple user, okay, like if you have an Apple HomeKit in your house, I do not. I use Alexa. These devices were bridged to Apple HomeKit before January 31st. They can function locally since the HomeKit communicates directly with the hardware over the local network. Okay? These devices do not need Belkin's cloud to work. All right? So, yeah, if you have Apple HomeKit and you had them set up before January 31st, you can still use these locally. All right? So, what are we going to talk about? Okay? So, the Thread-based survivors. Okay, so there's a couple of devices that have survived this discontinuing by Belkin. Okay, that's the Wemo SmartPlug with Thread, the Wemo Smart Light Switch 3-way, the Wemo Stage Smart Scene Controller, and the Wemo Smart Video Doorbell. Okay, so those survived. Okay, but like this right here, this did not survive. Okay. But, okay, so now you're thinking, all right, so what are some of the best alternatives for the smart home, Justin? What smart home products are, compatible with this? Okay, Lutron. Okay, the Castilla, that's like a premium lighting thing. Then we got the Philips Hue brand. And then we got the Matter certified plugs. But there's also one that I went to, instead of Wemo, I started switching over to another company, and that is the TP-Link Kaza. Okay, it's upside down. The TP-Link Kaza. Okay, I started switching over this when I moved into my new house because I had problems with this. Okay, I had a few of these that would not update the firmware back in 2021 when I was moving houses. So I was like, if that's not going to work, then I will be updating to Kaza. These are a little bit smaller, as you can see. So yeah, that's the center. They're a little bit smaller, a little bit more compact. And I just actually like these a lot better. Okay. I haven't had problems with the firmware or anything like that, freezing up and not updating like I did with my Wemo products. Okay. The firmware only stalled on the plugs, not the switches. Only stalled on the plugs for some reason. I'm not sure why. But yeah, I even have Kaza switches in my house. So I kind of went away from the Wemo. I had Wemo switches in my old house, and I just left them there. I had a Kaza switch in my old house. I just left it there. I took all the plugs with me because these are easier to pull out of the wall than taking the switch out. So I moved over to the Kaza, and these are really, really super nice. So I did a video about these here on this I Am Gadget Guy channel. It's an older video, and that's right here. Okay, Smart Indoor Plug. All right. I'm not sure if I did a video on the Switch. Nope. So I did not do a video on the Kaza Switch or the Wemo Switch. I just did a video here on the Kaza right here. I didn't do one on the Wemo, but I do have a blog post out. I'll post out on I Am Gadget Guy, which I'll link down below. Okay, so yep, that is the news today, is that Wemo was discontinued on January the 31st of 2026. And you're like, Justin, that was like 2 months ago. I know, I am sorry, I'm late to the party. Actually, I just read about it just like 3 weeks ago. So yeah, but I don't use these anymore, so they're gone. I would recommend these right here. Okay, these are the ones I use, and so yeah, if you're having any Wemo products, I'm sorry for your loss. Why don't you comment down below what smart plugs do you use? Is it Wemo or is it Kaza? Is it another brand? Do you use the Matter certified plugs? What do you use? Link them down below. Not link them, but comment down below so we can kind of know what other people use. All right, guys. So that is it for the SmartPlug, the end of life for the Wemo product. Okay, and so it is kind of sad if you use Wemo products. Okay, so next week we will have a full, I don't know if it's going to be a full review, but we are going to have a review of real life experience with this Osmo Action 6. Okay, and that's coming up next week. So stay tuned to that because next week is April already. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's April. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Come back for that. But you're going to have to like this video. Okay, give it a thumbs up. Then you hit that subscribe button down below and that bell notification as well, So you'll be notified at any time I upload a video. So when I upload a video about the review of the Osmo Action 6, of me using it, you'll get, boom, notified that I posted that. So there you go. All right, guys, I appreciate you guys coming out to I'm Gadget Guy today and to talk about the Wemo. Leave the comments down below, like the video, hit subscribe, and hit that bell notification. All right, guys, you guys are awesome. And until the next video, I will see you later. Bye. Yeah. End of life. Just a paperweight now.